Hi friends, welcome to Pictures and Paintings. Sun bear is the smallest member of the bear family. When I looked at this reference, I really liked the way in which the bear is lazily lying around looking at the camera. I actually could not move past without painting it. I made a couple of changes to the reference photograph. The tree in the reference photo wasn't looking interesting. It in fact had a similar pattern right throughout its bark. So I replaced it with something else which is more interesting, more from my imagination. I did have a few references for the tree, but then it was mostly painted out of imagination. And also, the reference photo looked like it was taken in a confined environment. I wanted a more open feel, so I kept the background greenish brown. Otherwise, the reference photograph had everything. Sun bear is also called as honey bear. Do you know why? Watch this video till the end to find out.
Sun bears can be found in the tropical forest of Southeast Asia. It is the smallest species of bear and they are like 5 feet tall. Their small size facilitates their arboreal lifestyle, so they are great tree climbers. When we are drawing animal portraits and close-ups of animals, their body proportion has to be correct. And this is where the sketching stages play a crucial role. It allows you to ensure you can play around and make iterations till the image looks pleasant and believable. So that's what I tried to do in this particular painting also. So I took my own time to ensure I get the proportions of the bear right and the lazy look on the bear. That's going to bring the appeal for the picture, and I don't want to lose that look. Once the eyes and the snout was sketched, I also took some time to sketch all the details where the skin folds are going to be coming. So this is what is going to ensure while I start painting, I paint the right folds in the right place. Once the bear was sketched, I moved on to sketching the tree. Like I had mentioned, the pattern in the reference was very repetitive. So I decided to break that and then have something which is a lot more bigger and broader and still has all the elements of a tree. Nowadays, I mostly use the mechanical pencils or the micro tip pencils as we call it here. One big advantage I'm getting out of it is not having to keep sharpening the pencil as I sketch along, and also the thin clear sharp lines becomes easy guidelines when we get into the painting stage. I'm sure our subscribers who have been watching my paintings would have guessed it right that I'm going to start the painting with the eyes and the snout part. In fact, it always gives me a lot of confidence when I get that right. Because while I want my paintings to have a stylized look, I still tend to bend towards realism. While I tend to explore my painting as I start doing it, one thing which is always clear is I'm going to ensure the eyes and snout or any prominent portion is going to be as realistic as possible. And also, what this style does is it helps put everything else in relation. So I continued to use my tried and tested method. I painted the eyes and snout and then moved on to a quick base wash for the entire bear. And in this base wash, I also started indicating where the skin folds are going to be coming and where the relatively darker portions are going to be coming. Once all of them are indicated, I started doing a similar wash for the tree also. I try to use the same palette that I had for the bear just to ensure I don't have too many colors in the picture and I stay within a limited color wheel. Another interesting fact about sun bears is that while they have sun in their name, they are actually nocturnal, meaning they are mostly active in the night, roaming the forest. They have a crescent-like golden patch on their chest, And according to the legends, this patch resembles the rising sun. Hence, got the name Sun Bear. Unfortunately, in this painting, you don't see that. Maybe down the line, I will paint another where you can actually see the patch. Did you know? Sun bears can be quite elusive. Similar to the other bears like grizzlies and polar bears, sun bears are generally solitary. They are rarely, they may gather around to eat fruits from maybe large trees, but mostly they are loners. Once, when a base wash for the tree is completed, I also did a quick background wash. I did not want to add too many background information and complicate the picture. So I just gave some big broad strokes using my flat brush, which I absolutely love. And at this stage, I was really happy with how the picture was coming and how the background was flowing. Sun bears have claws that are quite long and curved, which is useful for opening termite nest and climbing trees. They also have superb sense of smell that they can use to locate their food. Sunbears are omnivorous. They can both consume plant materials like berries, roots, and fruits, as well as insects, small birds, rodents, and lizard. But something is very, very special for them: honey. And honey is a very important component of their diet. Hence, they are also called as honey bear. They extract this from the bee nest using their long tongue. Their tongue is known to measure up to 25 centimeters. Can you believe it? Just imagine what 25 centimeters would look like. I have always had a challenge with white on watercolor paintings. For the thin white highlights, I tried a white gel pen. This is something I procured from one of the art stores near my place. I wanted to experiment to see how this is working. I felt the gel pen worked fairly well and would be good for very minute details. And then the next step was to add more details in the shadows. I normally keep the first pass of the shadow pretty pale so that there is always opportunity to correct the shapes if needed. And once I know that it is working, I go in with the more darker shadow colors. That's what I did here. The trick to make the folds look like they are folds is to have soft edges on one side to give the look that it is tapering off. So I had to really take efforts to blend the dark shadow values with the sides. And once the face was working out, I added a similar darker midtones and shadow details on the other portions of the bear. There is a specific reason why I chose to paint a sun bear while there are a lot of varieties of bears around. I thought I would create a little bit of awareness about the challenges that this species faces. Their population is estimated to have declined over close to 30% in the last 30 years. These bears are currently classified as vulnerable. A major reason for the decline of the sun bear is destruction of their natural forest habitat. While deforestation is one, the another grueling fact is that sun bears are being poached to harvest their body parts, which also includes the gallbladder and the bile product, which is sold to be used in the traditional medicine form. And this practice actually continues despite the lack of evidence that these have any medicinal benefits at all. It was also disheartening to read that other than being hunted in the wild, they are also held in captivity for bile extraction. A lot of bears are kept in cages on bile farms and are subjected to the cruel process of bile extraction, which leads to infection and disease to the animals. So I thought I will use this painting to create a little bit of awareness about what these sun bears are going through and do our bit to save the wild animals around us.
Thank you for watching this till the end. See you soon in the next one. Until then, bye bye.